The 7th of December 2010 in one form or another, 11 years. For how long can this go on? Today is International Human Rights Day. What a shame. How cynical. To have this decision on this day, to have one of the foremost publisher, journalist of the past 50 years in a UK prison.
Joseph Haynes Davis is a lawyer and journalist. He joins us live from Orlando in Florida. So Joseph, was this day not always going to come one way or another? Because in fact, there are reasons that countries have extradition agreements with one another.
That is absolutely correct. Countries have extradition agreements to be able to have matters brought before those countries when there are allegations that the defendant or the alleged person has created or has committed, I should say, a crime in some form or manner. In this instant matter, Mr. Assange has been accused by the United States of espionage with the hacking into government computers to release information to the public concerning the Afghan and Iraqi wars and so forth. Now, his defense obviously is that this is a freedom of speech or freedom of publishing information showing government graft and corruption, and it is in the public's interest to do so, and it's a benefit to the greater society to keep governments in check. Now, whether or not that will be sufficient to exonerate him, we will see.
Yeah, well, I do find it interesting when you hear his defense calling on the principles of human rights, mental health. You saw his fiance there in a very tearful statement, as expected, of course, talking about his safety. But when he released all of these documents unredacted, the fact is he put many lives at risk. People in various trouble spots in the world that were working for the U.S. government that could have lost their lives because of this risk. At the time, he didn't seem to care about their safety.
Well, and that is definitely a fundamental argument for, again, his not only his extradition, but his prosecution here in the United States. The release of that information could have caused deaths, may have caused deaths, and it was in the middle of two, wars in those countries that other nations were also involved in. A lot of times, as reported, people forget that it was just not the United States involved in the Iraq and the Afghan wars. There were troops from around the world that were in support of these, wars. Troops from the United Kingdom, troops from, again, other nations. So that definitely is a foundation for the argument that, the release of this information caused catastrophes.
Yeah, so he'll be extradited, we assume, if this continues, back to the U.S. Based on all of these very serious charges that he faces, he could face life in prison for this if he's convicted, couldn't he?
That is correct. According to what has been reported, we don't know if there would be a quote unquote plea agreement that would give him a less severe sentencing if he were convicted, or a less severe sentencing if he pled to something that was negotiated by his legal counsel. We don't know, but in the instant moment, as we are reporting at this time, this is a big story, and this is a big issue as to him being extradited from the United Kingdom to the United States.
Yeah, after a
And
10-year-long battle against it. All right, Joseph Haynes Davis, thanks so much.